If you own a home in Metro Atlanta or you're about to buy into a neighborhood with an HOA, there's a brand new state law you need to understand. Georgia just passed one of the most significant homeowner protection laws in its history, and it directly changes the balance of power between you and your homeowners association. For years, HOAs in Georgia could fine you, put a lien on your home, and in some cases, even start a foreclosure, often with almost no oversight and very little transparency. That era is ending. So stick with me because at the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's changing, when it takes effect, and what you should be doing right now, whether you're a homeowner or you sit on a board. The law is Senate Bill 406, officially the Georgia Property Owners Bill of Rights Act. That's a mouthful. Governor Kemp signed it into law in May of 2026, and it wasn't a squeaker. It passed the Senate unanimously, 51 to nothing, and the House 155 to 10. When you see numbers like that, it tells you this had support from both sides of this aisle. Because lawmakers had been hearing horror stories from constituents for years, here's the bigger picture in one sentence. For the first time in Georgia, Georgia is creating a real state-level framework to regulate how HOAs operate. Before we go any further, the single most important thing to understand is this isn't even live yet. The bulk of SB 406 takes effect January 1st, 2027, and there's one exception. The section dealing with attorney's fees, which actually starts July 1st this year. So why are we talking about it now? Because if you're a homeowner, this tells you what protections are coming. And if you're on an HOA board, you have a limited runway to get compliant before the deadline hits. Either way, now is the time to understand it, not the day it goes into effect. Now let's talk about the why, because it explains everything else. Up until now, HOAs in Georgia operated almost entirely without state oversight. There was no central registry, no required transparency, and limited recourse if a board went rogue. If your HOA fined you unfairly or came after your home, your main option was to fight it in court, which is slow and expensive. Lawmakers heard story after story, surprise fines, ballooning attorney's fees, foreclosures. Over what started as a small balance, SB 406 is the state's answer. Here's the heart of the law. Going forward, the power to collect fines, place liens, or foreclose, an HOA has to register with the Georgia Secretary of State, just like every company does, and they have to renew the registration every single year. The fee is modest, it's only $100 a year, and registration runs on a calendar deadline. Now, technically, an association can choose not to register, but if it doesn't, it becomes what the law calls a non-registered owners association, and it forfeits its enforcement powers. No collecting fines, no liens, no foreclosure. So in practice, any HOA that wants real teeth has to register and stay transparent. That accountability simply did not exist before. Now let's get into the provisions that actually affect your wallet and your home. The first one is transparency in records. Registered HOAs have to file the governing documents and financial information with the state. They also have to keep financial records for at least 10 years. And as a homeowner, you get clear right to request key documents, the budget, the balance sheet, profit and loss statements, and even bank statements. No more keeping in the dark about where your dues go. No more, why is there still ducks all over my neighborhood taking shit? I mean, there's a neighborhood in Tucker that I'm thinking about that I have a ton of issues with. That's where my mind goes to. But there's no more keeping in the dark for that stuff. You can actually look at all that stuff and they have to disclose everything with you. The second thing is foreclosure protection. This is a big one, okay? The minimum amount of unpaid dues required before an HOA can start foreclosure has now doubled. It used to be $2,000 and it's now up to $4,000. And critically, fines and fees no longer count toward that number. Only actual unpaid assessments do. That means your regular HOA payments you have to do every year. Now, that makes it much harder for a small fine to snowball into losing your home. Third, how your payments get applied. Under the new law, when you make a partial payment, it has to go toward your regular dues first, before any fines or late fees. A lot of HOAs currently do the opposite, applying your money to penalties first, so the real balance never goes up. That changes. Fourth, a real dispute process. Instead of being forced into court, you'll be able to file a complaint directly with the Georgia Secretary of State. A hearing officer reviews the dispute, there's an appeal path, and importantly, collection of the disputed fines or fees can be put on hold while your complaint is pending. This is meant to give the average homeowner a fair shot without needing to hire a lawyer for every disagreement. The fifth thing, attorney's fees. Before an HOA can stick you with legal fees, it has to give you proper written notice, time to pay, and an itemized breakdown, and a judge has to review everything, whether those fees are even reasonable as well. This is the one piece that takes effect earlier in July of 2026. The sixth thing is board elections. Registered associations have to hold annual board elections with formal procedures, keep proper records on the balance, and report the outcomes. More structure, there's less backroom decision making. This isn't a niche law. Georgia has an estimated 4,000 plus active associations, and this reaches across the board. Traditional HOAs, property owners associations, condo associations. So whether you're in a single family neighborhood, a townhome community, even a high-rise condo, this likely affects you. It's worth being fair here. Not everyone loves this law. The Community Associations Institute, which represents HOA boards and management companies, pushed back and even urged a veto, arguing it piles new burdens onto volunteer-run boards. On the other side, grassroots homeowners advocates spent countless hours at the Capitol pushing it through. Reasonable people disagree on how much red tape this creates, but the near unanimous votes tell you where the legislature lands. So, what you should actually do right now if you're a homeowner, you should know your new rights and mark that 2027 date. If you're in a new dispute with your HOA, understand that a new complaint process is coming. If you're on a board or you manage a community, this is your heads up. You've got time before the deadline, but you'll need to update governing docs, fix how payments are applied, sort out record keeping, and plan to register. Talk to your association's attorney sooner rather than later. Bottom line, SB 406 is the most significant shift in Georgia law in years, and it moves real leverage back to homeowners. Most of it lands January 1st, 2027, so now's the time to get informed. If this was helpful, hit subscribe. I cover Metro Atlanta real estate and the stuff that actually affects your home and your money. Drop a comment if you hate HOAs. I mean, I get it on my videos all the time. I don't even ask for it. But if you hate HOAs, if you got a bad HOA story, I'd be happy to talk about it with you and maybe see if I can give you any advice along the way. If you're looking to buy in the Metro Atlanta area, I'm a real estate agent here. I've been licensed for 7 years. I've helped a ton of people relocate, get their property sold for top dollar, and I'm happy to help you as well. If you're interested in working together, book a call in the link below and we can get started from there. I also have my phone number if you want to reach out to me directly. I'm happy to assist anybody. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and I'm looking to do more of these videos every week. So if you're interested in learning if this is the right time to buy in Georgia, please let me know in the comments. I'm also going to make a lot more videos about it as well.